Dude, this picture they got of Phil Spencer right here, he looks like such a fucking creep.
Dude, don't be
Like
coming at
this,
my boy Philly like that, bro.
no,
No, for real. Like, he
like
looks like a
this,
fucking sleaze bag. Yeah.
like just this. I don't have anything like I don't have a
Bro,
problem
he
with Phil
always
Spencer,
like
but
low
like
key though, he always looks like that.
this, but this particular picture is just like so bad.
I
He's
don't,
just
dude.
like.
That's the thing, though. That's just his face. Like the motherfucking turtles. We're back with another episode. This is the PodBoyz Advanced Podcast. It's a weekly discussion where we go over the latest in gaming and throw in a little bit of whatever else we want to talk about. My name is Oscar. I'm joined as always by my co-host and best turtle.
Eric. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
I was just
What
trying to hype
turtle? What
myself
turtle
up.
are you?
Probably Raphael.
Worst turtle. You know how I collect Supreme clothing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They did a TMNT collab, and it was just one item. It was a T-shirt with like a picture, a portrait of a turtle from the old school movie, and I didn't buy it because it was fucking Raph.
Oh,
I was just like, anyone else? You
Donatello's pretty cool too.
yeah. See,
Donatello's chill.
swords, man, swords. Leo.
Leo. Okay. All right.
Wolfman Leo up here, dude. Like,
I like
but
Donatello. I like
Donatello is my second though. I
I
love
like
Donnie. I love
Donatello's
me some Donnie.
chillness, and he's chill, and then I like Raph because he's just like he's edgy.
I hate him. He's always angry and he always leaves, and it's just like, bro, fucking chill.
That's why he's cool. He's
Chill.
got the edge.
Nah.
Turtles with edge. Leo's kind of annoying sometimes. He's like, "Oh, I'm the leader.
I think he's cool. He's got swords.
I'm lead." Oh, that's the only cool thing about him, bro.
And like what? And like, okay, look, every video game you've ever loved in your life, why do you love it? Sword, like it's the coolest. Like swords are the coolest thing like in existence, dog. Like,
all right, well, I can't argue with that. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyways. I'm a turtle. I'm having myself a slice and a beer. But what are you drinking, dude? Are you a turtle? You having yourself a slice and a beer?
I'm kind of embarrassed that you mentioned sword just because I'm actually having Japanese beer today.
Ooh.
So we know we're big samurai aficionados here. We played a lot of Ghost. But anyways, yeah, I brought one of these on the podcast before. It was like these like Kyoto, like these beers from Kyoto. Last one I had was like a rice wheat beer or something like that. I don't remember. But this one is just a straight up beer from the same place.
Just a beer. It's the burr.
It's from Kizakura Kyoto beer. I'm not exactly sure what, like, it doesn't really say much. It just says, like, the translation is flavor of sake brewery beer.
Maybe it's brewed with rice like sake.
Well, the last one was that I had, so it does have a description. It says it's Kyoto's first craft malt beverage using sake yeast. Ah, there you go. That's found it.
There you
Rich
go.
and bitter taste, slightly floral aroma. So yeah, we'll see what's up. these are usually pretty good. So, what do you got, dude? What are you drinking today?
I've got from Pacific Plate Brewing Company something called a Tropical Triple IPA.
Tropical. Ooh, boy, that's fun.
Brewed with pineapple juice, coconut, mango, and yes, this is for you, Night Juan. This is for all you who know what. It's got guava puree up in here,
Hey,
y'all.
our boy's eating some waba.
So I'm gonna go for the guava today, see how it treats me. Hopefully I don't fucking hate it, but I also just read that it's 10.5%.
Oh,
And I'm
Christ, bro.
fucking I'm probably just gonna take a couple of sips and leave this alone. Because I do not want to fucking fall asleep on the podcast.
You're gonna be turt after like the first 3 sips, anyways. So,
Yep, I'm terrified, but
all right, man. Well, you're turning up, I
cheers.
guess. So,
Yeah.
cheers.
Hey, okay. Okay, let me part the kimono here a bit. Erky's already a beer in anyway, so
You
do you want to talk
know,
about Turt?
you know why? All right. Well, parting the kimono here. My sister's boyfriend is down here for the weekend, so he challenged me to a Pokemon battle. So I had to
We
have
battling tonight?
I had to have a Pokemon battle with this man, and I had to have a beer just to like
Deal
how do
with
I
the
say it?
deal with the
Deal with
nerves.
the nerves a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, it's an intense. Yeah,
to take the edge off, right?
a man challenged you to a duel today, sir. Yeah, I could use
He
something to take
literally,
the edge
bro,
off. Yeah.
like I kid you not, like because we play Smash and Pokemon, we play video games together when he's around. So like he literally came to my house and just like walked in and was like, "Sup?" And I was like, "Oh, sup, man?" And he's like, "Do you want to battle? Pokemon battle?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, let's do it."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice, dude.
one of his friends came over too a while back, and I battled him too.
How'd you do?
Though I destroyed him.
Yeah, that's my boy.
He's salty about it, according to Brian, my sister's boyfriend. But according to Brian, he's salty about it because I beat him. I still had 3 Pokemon left.
Bro, like the time that there was this kid in our high school who had branded himself PokeJ. And that's what he went around calling himself, and like he was supposed to be the Pokemon master. He
J.
walked up into my bedroom and challenged me to a Pokemon battle, and I think he didn't get past my Gengar, and he was like salty about it for the rest of like life. Like he
All
didn't
through
even
high
want to
school,
yeah,
guys. Like all through high
yeah.
school.
He was just like never let it go. Like, sorry, dude. My Gengar's 2 beast. I still have that Gengar. To this motherfucker.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I remember this is relevant because Diamond and Pearl remakes are coming out. Like when we would play Diamond and Pearl in like the
It's
band
my
room.
platinum Gengar, so there you go.
Yeah, well, when we would play Diamond and Pearl, like I remember him like still challenging you in high school, and you still beating years later.
This just wasn't gonna happen, dude. Like, especially back then, I was way fucking into. We were way too into that shit back then, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I spent like my whole life breeding and like IV fucking calculators, and no, this one's perfect, but it's also trash. No, give me the perfect one.
Anyone that's ever played the old OG ones, just know that we played so much just because of like the chances of this happening. We played so much that between me and Oscar and a couple of friends, like we collected like shinies. Like we actually had shinies back in the day, and we had Pokerests. That's like the pretty rare stuff to happen back in the day, and we had that stuff.
Dude,
So we played that much.
that same strand. I've carried that same strand of Pokerus up through like every generation.
Oh, it's currently in my swing.
yeah. Ever since Home came out, I got like my original Pokerus strain back. Like that shit goes way back, dude.
Same.
But all right, let's crack these beers, man. We haven't even. Cheers, my dude.
Man. Cheers.
I'm gonna die.
Oh man, this is so good. Ooh, I'm gonna bring one of these to you, bro. These are so good.
This is the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me.
Is it good?
It doesn't taste like it tastes so fruity and delicious. Like it's just like, yeah, I just want to fucking chug this thing. And it's 10 point, dude. No, let me not. Let me not hold it, because if I'm holding it, I'm just gonna like casually
Chug it.
sipping it and just like be fucking drunk. But whoa, that is strong. I see. I waited and then I felt it roll in.
Ah,
But it's very good. And you said you're gonna bring me one of those, dude. We do need
yeah,
to meet
yeah,
up.
dude. Yeah, we do.
I have a couple of things to give you, like a Borderlands 3 I bought you that I never gave you.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll meet up soon.
Yes, sir. But what you been playing, dog? What you been up to this week?
Not too much. I just said we played a little bit of Pokemon, played some more Smash here at the house since last week. I played some Destiny. Oh, update. I finished Tomb Raider.
Oh, you finished Tomb Raider. How was?
Yeah, it was good. It was actually good. Like, there was like this epic like tomb battle at the end. And it was really, really cool. Like, it's probably one of the better Tomb Raiders that I've played. I've always like, since PS1, I've always played Tomb Raider. And I think I played one of the Tomb Raiders on PS2. But I never got hooked on them enough to where I wanted to finish them. So I don't think like I don't think I ever really like played a Tomb Raider all the way through. Like, I'd always get pretty close, but it's just one of like, when we were younger, is like Tomb Raider is just one of those games you just have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I never really finished one, but I finished this one, dude, and the story was pretty cool, and it's pretty open. Like the story is pretty linear, like going through the maps and everything, but so it kind of plays similar to I would compare it kind of to like the Last of Us gameplay, like not as not as clean as The Last of Us, but just like similar. So
I still haven't played either Last of Us.
You should play the first one. Last of Us 2's okay, but play the first one. The first one's better. But yeah, so the combat and everything is just kind of like that. So the thing that's different in this one is like The Last of Us, it's a straight like storyline, right? It's action adventure. You play through the whole thing, and that's it. This one, however, this Tomb Raider, once you finish the game, you can actually go back to all the different areas that are on the map. So it's actually part of a big map. So it's actually more open world than like a linear story. So like you can go like it's made that way. So like you can go back and explore all the like hidden hidden temples that are in, like that. Yeah, hidden tombs and temples that they have. So it's pretty cool, man. I do this is probably the first Tomb Raider that I probably recommend. I didn't play the first like remake of it, but I heard that one had a little bit too much of the what are they called?
Quick time events. You said
the quick time events, yeah.
You're gonna get you thinking of copying the next one, because there's one more, right?
Well, there's the I think the next one is going to be Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I already have. It was free on PS5 and 4. Like, yeah,
that's the one that I think I have it too. Ago. Yeah, I think I have it too.
So I think that's the next one. I'm gonna make sure, but I think that one's the next one in this like revamp. So I'll probably play through that one, just because I like the way they redid Lara, like her whole character. Like they kind of like toned her down a little bit with the badassness, but she's still like badass.
Nice.
Like she's more realistically badass, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I had fun, and I also started Greedfall.
Oh, dude, when I started Control on Monday, which is spoiler alert to what I tried out this week. I like hovered on the icon for Greedfall for a while, and I was like, "Is today the day?" And I was like, "No, how is it?"
So okay. So now you know. Remember when I told you about like how I do that to games sometimes? I just download them and it's just like, it's today the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Greedfall is I haven't played too much of it. But so far, I don't know, man. I think the game runs at like 30 frames per second, even on PS5,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a PS4 game. So it's a little clunky. Like if you play Control on the like super like high definition setting
Where it's like
instead
locked
of
at 30. Yeah.
instead of the like high frame rate one, like you notice the difference, right? So like that's what this feels like. It feels like it's really nice. Like the environments are really nice and like the town like looks awesome. And even the character models are really cool. Like they're really like realistic. And it looks pretty cool, but that 30 frame, I think I hate to say that I notice it now and I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, it's aside from that, that's the only kind of like complaint that I have. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really gotten too into it, but so far it feels like Skyrim. There was Skyrim with a mix of this game. Okay, this is gonna be like a deep cut that no one's gonna know. So I played a game back in the day on PC, like Windows 95, I think, or 98. It's called Return to Krondor.
What the fuck, Eric? And I've
Like
I've seen like I've looked into some pretty obscure shit, but I've never
this
heard
one
of
is so
Krondor.
obscure, like Return to Krondor. So this game, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like the whole premise of that one too is like it's like
Look this
uh
up.
it's kind of like uh medieval era ish, but so like basically there's like barbarians and also like people with like there's like pirates and stuff like that.
$6 on Steam.
And it's like it's a turn
Oh,
based,
I see.
it's kind of like somewhat turn based.
Dude, it looks like it looks like RuneScape-y almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like old school
yeah,
RuneScape.
yeah. So yeah, this is what this game feels like. It feels just like this is what it reminds me of, because it makes you like it takes you it's like this but like updated and like mixed in with like some like Skyrim-esque kind of like
Is it
dialogue.
third person or first person?
It's third person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and Return to Krondor was like that's kind of like point and click. It's kind of like same thing. Like,
Can you believe fucking Activision published this game? Activision used to be cool, bro.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
But
Return to
yeah,
Krondor.
that was this whole thing like medieval knights and like there's like squires and stuff like that. But this one's more like I guess like American Revolution era kind of ish. Greedfall. I don't know. They've got the pointy hats, so whatever the pointy hat thing is, you
Yeah,
know what I'm talking about?
like revolutionary times. Yeah, like
Yeah.
colonial
Colonial.
times.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's
Fucking
that.
Quakers and shit.
Yeah. But there's also magic, which there was magic and shit in this.
Magic.
Yeah, there's magic. I haven't tapped into it yet. I chose the melee version of the character just because from what I read.
Ooh.
No, listen. From what I read, you can tap into all different, like even if you choose the base melee, like that's just like what the reason I chose it is because he has more like charisma, and like so you can talk people into doing things. Or like one of the first things I did was intimidate this guy and be like, "Sir, I am a prince." Like I will put you in prison.
Sick.
And then so like that was kind of cool.
So it's like a straight up. It's got pretty deep RPG mechanics then with
Yeah,
like
it's straight up. It's a straight up RPG.
like yeah with like straight up like
Talking to people and like there's like charisma
there's
and then
checks
like
and stuff like that, like
yeah, yeah,
ability
yeah,
checks. Yeah.
yeah. So like definitely a bunch of ability checks. There's some things that I can't do because I don't have my abilities aren't high enough in some of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why like I said, it feels like an RPG that's kind of like more Skyrimish, but like I don't know, it's different, I guess. But it's cool.
Nice.
So far so good. Only thing, like I said, it's just the frames that just throw me off. Especially now that I'm used to 60 frames. I'm like, why is this a thing?
All right.
Anyways, what about you, man? Sorry, I kind of went off. I kind of went off for a bit about that.
No, you're good, dude. I played a similar type of RPG thing, like a super deep, like kind of D&D based one, similar to like the Divinity game that I got really into earlier this.
Hmm.
I guess it was last year now. Um, but this one's called Pillars of Eternity. It's Obsidian, the developers behind Outer Worlds and Fallout New Vegas. Like, so you know they've been around.
Yeah.
So it's like their like Divinity style, like D&D style game. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And not as good as Divinity. I'll say that. Like
No.
it didn't instantly hook me like Divinity. Like as soon as I started that, like I could not put that shit down for weeks. And to the point where like even my girlfriend was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you in that game?" Like it was like Diablo-esque for you know how like Diablo took over our lives for a bit
Hmm.
when we were younger. Like it was kind of like that for a couple weeks, and this one like I didn't get that same thing. Like I don't know what the difference was, but it's just I wasn't feeling it. Didn't hook me. Didn't hold me. I don't think I'm gonna be going back.
Mm.
So tried that. I started Control on the PS5.
Nice, nice. How do you like it so far?
Um, I walked around with the high graphics mode in the first room that lets you walk around in. I was like,
Hmm.
whoa, look at all the cool reflections. Let's go to 60 frames.
I did the same thing, dude.
Yeah,
I
so I
did the
switched
same
it,
thing.
and then it's pretty cool, dude. My Destiny skills carried over. My Destiny hand cannon skills carried over nicely. So
Nice. With the
like,
service revolver or
yeah, so
service
I'm just
service weapon.
service weapons. So I'm just fucking blasting those things in the dome.
Nice.
So I'm having fun. Um, I've cleared like the first 2 or 3 control points or whatever they're called. So
Oh, nice. Oh, you probably play a little, tiny bit more than I have. I think we're probably at the same spot now.
yeah, I think it's cool how like the bosses spawn and you can just straight up just start loading into them right away. Like
Yeah, yeah,
no
yeah.
bullshit. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
that
So.
first boss was kind of a trip, right?
Yeah, because
The
I
first
didn't.
one that comes out
Yeah,
at you.
it killed me like because I didn't like it didn't have time to like. I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, it's a boss! Boss! And it just got fucking blasted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
just
then next
fucking
time I was
crazy. It
like, oh,
comes out of the wall and
you
shit.
wanna play like that? And I just started unloading all of it. So I started pumping out and like I just wrecked them.
Nice, nice.
But it's pretty cool. It's fucking weird though. Like the story and shit is like all the weird like fucking hallucinations and like
Mm-hmm.
overlays of like real people while you're playing. It's a trippy ass game, bro. Like
Yeah, it is. It's really cool though.
yeah, I'm digging it. Um, played a bit a tiny smidgen of Destiny here and there.
Yeah, we didn't play too much Destiny this week, huh?
No, not too much. And last night it happened, y'all.
Oh, I forgot about this.
I
I
tried to step up to the fucking
forgot.
plate and I got fucking curb stomped repeatedly. Like
Dude, I don't
I
my
tried to
bad, dude. I
step to this
forgot
man
about this.
Erky on fighters and it was not pretty, dude. It was bad. Like
I tried helping you out and teach
well, yeah,
you a lot of potential stuff.
It's like after a while, after a couple matches of me not being able to breathe, like all right, and he slowed it down and like showed me some strats and some tips and tricks. But like even after showing me like the last few when we like were playing again, like it's brutal, dude. Like once you get caught in those combos, there's no way to escape, and you're just like, oh well, let me fucking drop my controller and eat some fucking ramen real quick while you finish this fucking combo.
Yeah, like I explained to you, fighters is all about what's called, like, if you play Smash 2, it's all about neutral game.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you don't control the neutral game, if you're not blocking at the right time, or if you go in at the wrong time and you get caught in a string and in a combo, like you could lose one of your characters, and then it's just like it becomes a chess. Once you get good enough at it, it becomes kind of a chess game. Like, what is this? What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Like, are you gonna go for it? And then
it's like you were explaining, like you have to know kind of like each character and how their combos work, so you know what to like anticipate and block for. You know what I mean? So
exactly, yeah. Yeah, because some moves will like go from low to high or high to low. So if you're not block, like the one that always trips everyone up is Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
mm-hmm.
So just his auto combo, if you just press like the light attack like over and over again, I think he does like two hits that are like regular hits or kind of low hits, and then he does this like flare kick where he lifts his leg overhead, and that's an overhead. So if you're blocking low, so low block will block middle and low hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it won't block overheads. And that third hit is an overhead. So people forget that, and you have to stand up to block that hit.
Oof.
So yeah,
So they always get tapped by it and
so
then
they
boom,
always
combo. Yeah.
they get tapped by the third hit, that leg sweep, and then next thing you know, they're like up in the air and getting supered. Like
God damn.
that's how it goes, man. I mean, once you get it though, it gets more fun once you actually like learn the game. It's got I do admit it's got a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to keep, because I had fun when I played at my girlfriend's house when I was on a bit more even playing field with people. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I definitely want to just like maybe maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the one that I fucking pound my head against until I figure out. You know what I mean? Because I like the game. It's cool. Um, I had Erky unleash fully on me with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
It was not nice. I didn't feel good
Dude,
about
that
it.
character is fucking disgusting.
He managed to take him out when his last character was
Once,
at like a quarter
once,
health.
once I managed to take him out. That guy is, he has like
I don't
multiple one
know.
hit kill moves. He can like charge his super by switching in to assist. Like, he's fucking, apparently he gives you Dragon Balls like crazy.
Oh yeah, he has a move that just gives you Dragon Balls. So it's the only game. It's stupid. It's the only character in the game that has a one hit KO, and that can farm Dragon Balls. Usually, to get Dragon Balls, you have to get a combo. So like a 10 hit combo. Like it goes by multiples of 10. So like 10 hit combo, you get 1 star. Like 20, you get the 2 star. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just, if you just smash the auto combo, which is light attacks, then you'll get a Dragon Ball.
Hmm.
Uh, but bruh, it's not fair. This man just like wrecks everyone's shit, and you can't do anything about it because there's
Has,
multiple moves that just have invis frames, and you can't get past them.
and he has this fucking attack where he like fucking blinks at you very hard or something and shoots a little beam out of his eye and like catches you from like halfway across the map and you're done. Like, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's a
It's
lot.
invisible too. Like, you can't see the hitbox on it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's I played online for a bit, and everyone's using them because if you're not using them, you're gonna lose.
Yeah,
So, well,
that's crazy. And I played other than that, I played bit more Mario, like just slowly going through that, taking my time with it. And I tried that fucking updated Monster Hunter demo, and I tried they're giving you a shot to hunt like the main monster of the whole game, the Magnamalo or
Ooh.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit like one taps you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying.
So it's like a straight up challenge. It's like,
Yeah, well,
you want to try, go for it, kind of deal.
yeah, it even says because have you played the demo at all?
No, I actually haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, well, the missions are labeled like beginner, intermediate, and this
Oh
one
yeah,
just
like the other Monster Hunters.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this one's just straight up fucking. It just red and says hard, so like or very challenging or some shit like that. So
Okay.
they warn you, but they're not fucking around, dude. That guy will one tap you, and I don't even know how to even begin to tackle it. I'm
Damn.
really bad at Monster Hunter, but I'm still gonna buy it because I know a lot of the homies in the community are like super big on it, and like I'm hoping they will like noob me through it. You know what I mean?
I want to get this one because I got Monster Hunter World kind of late to
Mm-hmm.
like a lot later than the people I play with. And the problem with that was that since I got it late, everyone was already like super overpowered when I just like started the game.
Mm-hmm.
So like it wasn't really fun to play with friends because like I would like oh yeah, we'll help you get through the story. And then they would
They
just
would just
come
show
into the
up and like
stud.
whack
Yeah, it
something
was just
once. Yeah,
yeah. So it's just like, well, why are you guys even playing with me?
yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's I want to actually play through a game with homies.
Well,
So
yeah. Well, maybe we'll team up, bro, because those hunts get fucking hard, dude.
bro, yeah, let's do it.
Sip number 2.
Dang.
See how that settles. I'm still a little world rock from the first one. But yeah, that's pretty much been it for me this week. So we can start rifling off through some of these news topics here. We can go a little quick, keep on pace here.
All right.
So Apex Legends dropped on Switch,
Is it
and
bad?
well, it was handled by Panic Button, who's like the premier port house that they're the ones that they've done Doom Eternal, um, bunch of I think Wolfenstein, a bunch of the like better
Popular
ports.
ports.
Yeah, a lot of the better ports that Switches has of like the big third party games that people normally wouldn't think would fit on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they dropped the ball with this one though.
Ooh.
Pretty bad from what I've heard. Like it's just looks really bad. Drops well under the 30 frames at times when like firefights are heavier, which is a lot of squads on screen and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's supposedly looking rough. I mean, they're probably gonna like they're pretty good about like continuing to patch and work on shit until like well after the releases and everything like that. So maybe it'll be fixed or improved down the line. But yeah, as of right now, apparently looking pretty rough-a-rooney.
Yikes. I honestly wasn't expecting much from this.
Mm-hmm.
Just because for being what it is kind of demanding. Like if you really think about it, like putting all these players on a giant map, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and it's a first-person shooter, dude. Like you need that shit to be fucking snappy and responsive. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. That's another thing too. If you've ever played Apex Legends, like like if you catch someone like off guard, you're done for. And then so if you're catching people off guard and you can't even react to it,
yeah, because that's the thing. Like the article does state that people are reporting that like you're at a massive disadvantage in crossplay. So there you go.
that sucks. Well, hopefully they fix it because also, why crossplay is cool, but like I don't know, man. I feel like every time I play anything with crossplay in it, PC players just come in and just like just like slam you down,
Just fucking
with
destroy.
their fucking super high frame rates that you can't even like fathom how they did
And
anything.
mouse and keyboard.
Exactly. Just like never miss. They just point and click,
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I don't know. I wasn't really big on it anyway. Like I didn't like I played it for the video on the channel that one time, and not one of not one of the ones I ended up walking away like, oh, I had fun. You know what I mean? It was more of the glad it's over type of ones. You know what I mean? So probably not going to be checking it out on Switch. But moving on from that, so the Shin Megami Tensei 3 remaster that they announced last year, it's already out in Japan, released last year. Apparently, it had some issues, but
No.
as of then have been patched, so it should be good now. But it finally, we might be finally getting a release date soon because it was finally rated by the ESRB.
Nice.
So we know whenever we start seeing the ratings rolling in multiple countries, especially the ESRB, that means the release date isn't too far behind. So all you Persona / Shin Megami Tensei fans, get ready because it's
Rejoice.
fucking finally coming. I'm guarantee you Shin Megami Tensei 5 is going to be pushed back again, probably till next year, but this one seems to be
Please,
actually
again,
coming.
we've stressed this before on this podcast. Take your time, people. Take
Delay
your
the
time.
game. If you need to delay the game,
Delay the game. Remember the cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm. And you know, and I feel like a lot of people have been delayed when they've been delaying stuff this year a lot. It's been happening. They like make it a point to say like we really like want to slow down and take our time because like I think Jim Ryan of so you know because Sony was pretty pissed. Like they even pulled Cyberpunk off the store.
Yeah.
That interview, I think it was the same interview where he was announcing that all the and all the PlayStation games are going to be going to PC.
Yeah.
He straight up like said like there had been like clear examples of big developers in the industry rushing games out and having like public fallouts and stuff like that. So like he like straight up took a shot at CD Projekt Red on an interview, basically. You know what I mean? So I feel
That's
like
crazy.
people are kind of taking it seriously this time around because like, dude, that shit was a disaster for Cyberpunk.
It's honestly like it's such a memorable disaster that I've never seen a game flop that bad like in my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some pretty big flops like but that one just like takes the cake.
It was because everyone like after Witcher 3, everyone put CD Projekt Red on this weird ass fucking like monolithic pedestal because like they were like, oh, we're the good guys. We don't fucking have DRM in our shit and we don't, you know, we're for the consumer or whatever. And like so they painted themselves out to be these good guys, and then it was just like fucking Scooby Doo, let's rip off the mask. It's a corporation, you know?
Like... Yeah. Unfortunately, money runs the world, guys.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think people are learning. So yeah, if they need to delay 5, delay 5. But it looks like 3 is finally making its way over.
Sick.
Moving on from that, in some sadder news, Nintendo Japan had announced a few weeks ago, as early as a few weeks ago, that like they were gonna keep supporting 3DS repairs and all this stuff, and then like I guess they hadn't checked or they miscounted or something because they had to a few weeks later officially end 3DS repairs because they ran out of parts early. Or you know what might have happened is they announced that they still had like parts to keep going for a little bit, and everyone was like, oh shit, I have a broken 3DS, might as well send it now because they might be running out of parts, and they ran them out of parts, you know.
Yeah.
So rip 3DS repairs in Japan, at least. I'm sure other places are soon to follow. So take it from your boys here, PodBoyz insider tip. Go buy yourself a sealed 3DS and start stocking up on all those games because as we've seen with every other console, they're eventually going to start skyrocketing in price and everything. So
yeah, and
get yours while it's
3DS,
cheap.
the 3DS is pretty unique in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any other console that did what the 3DS did with the whole like 3D aspect of it.
You know, I never actually owned a 3DS.
Really? That's like the one
I still
Nintendo
don't.
console you don't?
I have
Wow.
I always got the 2D version because I didn't care for the 3D, so I have the little bread slices like
Ah,
the
the 2DS.
2DS.
Yeah.
So that's how I played all the 3DS games and stuff like that. But
It
I
would
never
make it.
actually bought a 3DS, which is I need to change that. I think it's time that I go out and buy one, like one of those nice like the 3DS XLs and shit like that. You know.
Yeah, I have one of those. I think it's somewhere out here. It's somewhere around here, but I think it might be my little thing here. Whoa. Anyways, yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. It's the 3D on the newer ones. What my favorite part about it is like you can actually adjust like how much 3D you get on it. Um, and it works better than I think you could do that in the originals too, but like it works better than the other ones, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool. It's something definitely you just, like I don't know how you'll feel about it because if you get dizzy with FPS, like I don't know how you'll react to it because
Yeah,
there were a lot of people that would
I've
get like
seen it
motion
before.
sickness from it.
I've seen it, but I think I was on like because you had one like while we were like growing up and stuff. So I remember like trying it on yours a couple times and like just
Yeah,
like not liking it at all. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. But then well, I also back in the day I had like the original one,
yeah.
so that was a little bit shaky and pretty much like the prototype, I guess you could say. But the new 3DS, the 3D XS, I have that one, and it works pretty good, dude. I
Hmm.
would say.
Oh yeah, I need a cop one then before they start dying on everyone and everyone starts scrambling and
Yeah.
skyrocketing the prices. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, moving on from that. A couple days today is March 12th, so 2 days ago it was March 10th, which is
Mario
Mario
Day.
Day. So happy Mario Day, y'all. So we're a little late on that, but it's a big old celebration every year with Nintendo. They usually like put some games on sale and like promote Mario and stuff like that. So what the just this is not a Discord question, but just a question here for Mario Day. What's your favorite Mario game of all time, Eric?
Ooh. You gonna pull this on me, bro?
I am.
My favorite Mario game of all time is probably gonna have to be Super Mario World 3.
Super Mario World 3. Super Mario Bros 3?
Bros 3, yeah. Super Mario Bros 3, yeah.
Nice.
Not
It's a good
Worlds. World is
choice.
the SNES.
Mm-hmm.
But
Correct.
yeah, Super Mario Bros 3. I
It's a
think
good one.
that's probably like my favorite out of all of them because you had the Tanaki, you know, and you could fly everywhere, and there's a bunch of crazy stuff you could do in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that one was fun.
Nice.
And then I think a close second after that would have to be Super Mario 64.
64 is dope.
What about you, man?
Mine is Super Mario RPG on the
Of course, of
SNES.
course.
The best fucking Mario game of all time. Come fight me about it. I need to fucking actually do a playthrough of that soon. I have it on the Super Nintendo Classic, but maybe I
Oh,
need to
nice.
get my hands on it on PC somehow and do a stream of it or something, you know. But I love that
Fun.
game, and I haven't played it in a very long time. And while we're here, before we move on to a couple of these last topics here, since it ties into the question I just asked, we'll do the Discord question. I'll sent in by Night
Oh,
Juanet. Thanks, Night Juanet, for sending in a question this week and every week, man. We really appreciate you. Says, what are some of your most memorable gaming memories from your childhood or teenage years?
ooh, like some or like just like a couple. I feel like we've
Yeah,
discussed
or like you
a
can do like
bunch.
the most. I'd say the most memorable.
The most memorable,
Hmm.
um, shit.
He says some of your most. So there you go.
I think what one of the most memorable like experiences that because I feel old like if you're like Gen Z or whatever, if you're like younger than like fucking if you're younger than like 20 right now, like you probably will not be able to relate. But just the first time that I played on a Nintendo 64, it fucking changed my life, bro. Like,
I remember the first time I played on a 64 too.
like legit, like, because the only other game,
I still lived
like,
in an apartment.
yes, yeah. So the only other game that I had, like, games experiences, my gaming experience up to then was my dad had an Atari, and I had an NES, the like original with the cartridges, like NES, that like worked only like half the time because the cartridge had, like would go bad and you do the blowing thing and all that.
Which is apparently super bad for them.
Yeah, now we know that now. As children, you don't know this.
Yeah.
But there was that. And then the next thing that I had played before the 64 was also the Super NES and the Sega. So I played other stuff, but then dude, when I first played on Nintendo 64 and everything was like 3D at that time, it was like, whoa, it's the craziest thing ever. And I got
Yep.
you know that you know that old uh internet video that went around, like when the little kid gets
Nintendo 60. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was I actually got a 64 for my birthday. Well, I think the year it came out or something like that. And dude, that's how fucking old I am. So that's like, to me, I was just like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing Banjo Kazooie on that, and I was just like, whoa, this is the best game ever.
Nice.
So, and Mario 64, playing that on there, like, it was that is, to me, that's the most memorable experience, like that jump. Because I experienced, like, if you think about it, it's kind of a big thing. Like, our generation experienced the jump from like 2D gaming to like 3D gaming, which is like everything nowadays, like
Yeah, dude,
literally
we've
everything.
experienced a lot of things because like even though like it wasn't in our time, like I had uncles who showed me the Atari and I've played the Atari and everything. So like I feel like we've seen all like pretty much everything at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Almost all like from the very dawn of like very early primitive graphics to the 8-bit shit that we grew 8-bit 16-bit shit that we grew up on. Then we saw it go to 3D, and within 3D we've seen what open world now. We've seen like 100 players on a map type of shit. Like we've seen it all, dude. Like gaming is like fucking blown up like crazy, dude. So
yeah,
it's only gonna keep getting wilder, man. But me, like one of my most memorable, I think I've talked about it before, and like anytime Resident Evil comes up, it's actually with Night Juane himself, the asker of this question. It's playing Resident Evil 2 at my cousin's house in Tijuana. Like in the dark, it was me, Night Juane, and 2 of our other cousins, and just like in the dark, just like freaking the fuck out. Like the scene, the hallway where you pass by a few times and it's all boarded up windows and nothing happens. And then like the 4th time you walk by, all these hands burst out. And you're just like, ah! And I remember we were just like all freaking out. And then like at some point the phone rang in the background. And we all like, ah! Fucking just like lost our shit, dude. Like
back in the day where landlines were a thing.
And then I'd say another one of my most memorable is playing Mario Kart DS in the band room. Like,
oh yeah, that's
almost
a
every
good memory,
day,
man.
because
That's
like
a good memory.
Dude, it was like we talked about it in the Discord a while ago, but I don't think we talked about it on here. That fucking download play feature on the DS, on the original DS. You didn't have to own the game. As long as one person had Mario Kart, everyone pulled up with their fucking DS. Get the dude. I think you could do like up to 8 players on the DS. Like
what it was is
multiplayer.
like we had like
that shit was
6,
wild.
7 people, 8 people at a time almost. And what the cool thing about it was like, I think you and I had the game, and then everyone else that like didn't have the game was just a bunch of shy guys.
Dude, I was I remember I would purposely like I would purposely use download play to be a shy guy because that's my character of choice. I love playing a shy guy. It's actually who I use in Mario Kart to this day is Shy Guy, the light blue one in particular.
Yeah, man. It was fun, man. Those are good memories. You know, I
Hell
just
yeah.
remembered talking about all these old like game consoles and stuff. Back when my dad had his Atari that we were only allowed to play when he like bring it out because he like bought it or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and we he can you our TV still had knobs.
Oh, dude, I fucking hated
Do,
knob
do you remember
TVs.
that
Yeah.
knobs, the big ass clicking knobs like.
Yeah, that click. I hated that shit, bro.
Jeez.
No.
Anyways, now that we feel thoroughly old as fuck, what's next on our list here, bro?
Moving on from Mario Day, we can talk about so Shuntaro Furukawa, the president of Nintendo over there in Japan. He was interviewed just about the general state of Nintendo and business and everything like that. And I think he had a pretty good he has a pretty good mental. I like this guy. He's like one of the younger presidents they've ever had, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I feel like he's gonna be there for a while and everything. And I think he's got a good mentality because he doesn't get too cocky with the current Switch sales. His direct quote was, "Currently, the Switch sales are exceedingly favorable, and achievements are also good. But I have zero peace of mind. No matter the hits in the entertainment business, people someday do lose interest. Up until now, we have repeatedly had the experience of our business taking a nosedive. Because of this, I myself, as well as those within the company, do not at all think the current state of affairs will keep going and going. He believes that every single year is a do or die situation, and that's like oh, you know that is always going to keep Nintendo, like innovating and doing what they do. I feel instead of like we've seen it with like Sony at times they get complacent because they're always dominating the market and stuff like that. They start doing
Yeah,
weird things like all that censorship stuff they started doing towards the end of the PS4's life that like everyone just had to deal with because I mean it's Sony, you know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
gotta have your PlayStation. Um, so I think it's cool that he isn't trying to like because Nintendo's like mentality is usually like failures and stuff like that. They just Disney like shoved them under the rug and pretend they never existed, like the Virtual Boy and stuff like that, and the Wii U before this guy took over. But I feel
yeah.
like this guy is pretty much saying like, "Hey, look what happened with the Wii U. Like we know that at any moment people could be like,
Nah,
this one's not for us." You know what I mean? So he's always like in a do or die
that's a very good
mentality. So I
mindset
feel like
to
that's gonna
have,
keep
though.
them, you know,
Yeah,
on
I
their fucking
agree.
toes. You
Yeah,
know.
you're totally right. That's a good mindset to have, like if you're trying to keep your company going.
And run a solid business, can keep people entertained, keep people engaged. You know,
Yeah, that's good. That's good
you're not
news.
gonna
That's
let
good.
developers slack. You're gonna keep that Nintendo quality up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that pretty much does it for the smaller topics here. We have a few more things to talk about here. We already talked about my experiences with the new demo, but there was a Monster Hunter digital event a couple of days ago where they announced this second demo for Monster Hunter Rise, and they debuted a new trailer plus a bit of more information for Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. So that one I feel is the one I'm gonna be more pulled into than Rise. Obviously, I'm still gonna get Rise and get into it, like I said, with friends and stuff like that. But
Is it more RPG?
it's more. I've hear it's akin to Pokemon-ish, even.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's more turn-based and Pokemon style. So and it is more story-based. Obviously, Monster Hunter Stories. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it looks really fucking cool, dude. Yeah, you should check out the trailer when you get a chance.
Okay, okay.
And there's apparently confirmation that Stories is gonna have co-op multiplayer. Even though it's a more
Ooh,
story oriented game, there is still gonna be cooperative multiplayer. So, dude, we can do some monster battles in that as well. So
sick.
more
All
Pokemon
right.
style. So,
Hell yeah. Man, now
uh,
I'm gonna get I guess I'm gonna get two Monster Hunters now.
hmm but yeah, dude, that Monster Hunter Rise, they showed off a couple new things as well, including rampage quest types, which are new apparently.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, neither have I. But I mean, if that's just like a harder mode, then what? Then I'm fucking how, dude? Like, I need to like get deep into this shit and figure out how to get good at Monster Hunter. You know, because it as of
It's
right now,
hard,
like
and
I'm
it really
completely fucking overwhelmed, and like I don't know
depends on what
what to
weapons you're
do. You know what I mean?
using.
Like
It depends on your loadouts. Like
it's pretty tough,
it
but you
gets
know,
hard, man.
I'm sure someone will teach me. But yeah, that pretty much does it for the Monster Hunter event. Pretty cool stuff there. Check out that stories trailer when you get a chance. I'm sure you'll dig it as well. It's pretty anime-ish, you know,
Will
pretty
do,
anime
man. Will do.
inspired. Moving on here to some pretty exciting news. Kind of teased it in the intro and in our
This.
in basically the
This.
beginning of the podcast. There's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game announced, and it's
Yes.
a retro beat 'em up style game like the
It
old
looks
arcade
so
games,
much fun.
done by a pretty dream team for this type of game. It's done by Emu, who did Streets of Rage 4 and I think they also did
They worked on Scott Pilgrim,
Scott
right?
Pilgrim.
Yeah.
So them as well as what's the other studio here? Shit, Tribute
Tribute. Yeah.
Games. Yeah, they've done Panzer Paladin and Flint Hook. Flint Hooks was really big. A bunch of like solid indie titles as well. So I mean, it's a pretty good team up of people, good coalition of developers, and it looks really cool. Like I said, it's an old school beat 'em up. It's got that dope ass like really vibrant like pixel art style that like it's like retro inspired but obviously more modern and everything like that. But it looks really fucking good. The turtles have their own like individual run animations. They all look super like expressive and like just fucking all around personalized and dope. Like they look like the fucking turtles, you know what I mean? I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
super fucking stoked for this
Dude,
game, bro.
this game reminds me of like the old arcade one.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way it
Mm-hmm.
plays and everything. And I was watching the trailer and I was like so hyped for it. Like the trailer's so sick. If you guys get a chance, like the trailer is sick. It's like the old cartoon like playing and they're just like fighting and I don't know. It's super sick. But if we can play this co-op, man, we're gonna be getting into some
Dude,
TMNT,
we
bro.
absolutely can play this co-op. It's 4-player co-op, I'm pretty sure, man. So we're definitely gonna be how we do. We should probably do a whole like streamed playthrough of this one, man.
Oh dude, let's do it.
That one for sure is gonna get a whole ass playthrough on stream.
Let's do it.
But yeah, man, it looks really good. I'm excited. If there's like a collector's edition, I'm probably hopping on that. You know,
Hell
like
yeah, hell yeah.
I love me some turtles, so
We all love us some turtles.
dibs on my boy Leo. Obs.
All right, all right, all right. See, this is good. We're contrasting here.
Mm-hmm.
You can have Leo. I'll be edgy. I'll be edgy. Raph.
Edge Lord Roth. But yeah, moving on from the turtles here. So this week, Xbox and Bethesda finally sealed the deal officially. The deal is sealed. The transaction has been completed. Microsoft is now the proud owner of ZeniMax and Bethesda and all of their game studios and IP along with them.
All right, Creep Spencer. Let's
Creep
go.
Spencer and a bunch of other big wigs had like this round table event a couple days ago, basically going over what all this is going to mean, how they're going to handle distribution and exclusives going forward. And Philly Spencer, Uncle Phil, just came out and said it. He said, if you're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is that this deal is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists, he says. That's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of this partnership that we're building. He said that they're gonna keep supporting like legacy
Already
content,
existing games.
legacy content on other platforms where it already exists, but that going forward, Bethesda games will be exclusives.
So brand new Elder Scrolls better have a computer and Xbox.
Brand new Fallout better have a computer and Xbox. Starfield even maybe, you know. So they're gonna honor all existing contracts. So Ghostwire Tokyo, Deathloop, all that type of stuff. But other than that, you need to get yourself an Xbox or a PC. I've got the Xbox Series X over here covered. Erky's got a sick ass PC in the works. I'm about to order one of those myself. An actual rig, not just a cool little laptop I've been working off here. So we're set.
Got a 3070 on the way.
Got a 3070 in that rig that Erky got. So he's gonna be working with some fire over there. Got the PS5, got the Switch. There's a bunch of Switch Pro rumors going around too.
Oh, dude.
We can just toss that in real quick. I forgot to put that on the list, but we talked about that last week. But this week, Nvidia actually came out and said that they're ending production on the Nvidia Tegra X1, which is the chips
on the Switch, right?
So there you go. They need to. They're gonna start having to produce something with a new chip. Oh no.
Do you think Nintendo was like, hey guys, we're not gonna pay for you for these anymore. We're not gonna buy those anymore.
I don't know.
We're gonna run out of parts. We're gonna run out of parts just like we did with 3DS.
No, most likely what happened was they
forced everyone to buy
Nvidia's
a Switch Pro.
It was most likely the other way around. Nvidia's like, hey, we need to stop making these things because we have like 8 new models after this now, and we need to start getting these out to make more of those. So y'all need to step it up, you know?
Get that new console going.
Yeah, get that new console going because we're out. We are out of these. No mas.
That's interesting though. Do you think they'll still use Nvidia for another Switch Pro?
Absolutely. I think they will. I think they're gonna like maybe work with them even closer to build like a more custom chip, you know, more suited to what they need. Because the Tegra X1,
Nvidia,
like we discussed, it was literally just off the shelf. They bought it as is, you know. They didn't do anything with it.
I said, dude, poor Nvidia must be so fucking swamped right now, just orders and production lines and all that. Everyone trying to get them 3080s and
especially because like now everyone's jumping on them to mine crypto and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's been a big thing recently.
The point is, we've got all platforms covered here at PodBoyz Advanced, so we'll be able to bring you coverage on everything. We are working hard to break out of the shackles of our 9-to-5 oppression, to bring you guys some more content. And like I just said, everything, any new release on any platform, we'll be able to give you our thoughts on, because we got everything over here. We rocking heavy with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're doing this for you guys.
We're doing this for you guys,
but mostly you guys.
But yeah, man, what are your thoughts on this whole Microsoft Bethesda thing? Are you surprised that they decided to go full exclusive? Because
I'm not surprised.
I think we were both kind of the mindset that like they wouldn't do this. I think we were both I think our exact words were they'd be stupid to leave that money on the table. You know what I mean? But
yeah, no. Well, I'm not surprised that they went and said this, but like I still stand by. I do think it's kind of like, business wise, it's probably not a good model, but knowing the way that these things work, I'm pretty sure that this is what's going to happen. They're going to have their exclusives for 1, 2, maybe 3 years, and then eventually it's going to be like, oh, now available on PlayStation and Switch. You know what I mean? They're going to make their money off of their exclusivity for a few years, and then eventually they're going to port them over to other platforms, because Bethesda has the ability to port things over to all these other platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I could see that. I could see timed exclusivity definitely coming to play,
Which I think
like down the line.
that would be cool and probably not like
But at
as
the same
terrible.
time, I can see them just straight up holding out on it because, as we've come to know, it's the Xbox has for a long time not been Microsoft's platform. Their platform is fucking Game Pass. That's
Right.
all they fucking care about.
That's what I
And
was gonna
and
say
I feel
next. Yeah.
like they're willing to sacrifice the console sales of PlayStation and everywhere else with the hopes
To
that
push their
they
subscription
know that not
service.
everyone's gonna switch over and grab Game Pass, but you know what? A lot of people are. As much as
Yeah.
people don't like hearing that, like a lot of people are. And yeah, sure, you're gonna miss out on the $60 someone would have spent on Elder Scrolls this year, but you get one other person to sign up for Game Pass, pay for what, 2 or 3 months. Guess what?
That's a lot more money.
That's a lot more money. So at the end of the day, like they don't really fucking care if they're missing out on these sales if their subscription numbers keep going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, I agree. I
I
agree.
could see it going I could see it going either way at this point, at least for a few years, maybe, like while they like
I think for
try this strong arm strategy of force everyone to your
yeah,
platform, you know?
I think for both of us, I think it was more kind of what we were been talking about like them not being like this, not doing this. When we talked about it before, I feel like at the same time it's been like kind of wishful thinking in a way,
Yeah.
because they do have the ability, now that they own the studio, they have the ability to make all these exclusive things. And like I feel like it can go either way. You know, people could jump ship and say fuck Xbox, we don't want Bethesda anyways, or it could turn into a thing where it's like, hey, like it was back in the day, oh, you don't have an Xbox, don't you play Halo? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, if you want to play Halo, you need an Xbox.
Yeah.
If you didn't have an Xbox, then you weren't playing Halo. And that was a thing back then. Like nowadays, it's like you can play just about anything on any platform.
Yeah, all I
So
know is people like still out there bashing their heads against each other in this stupid quote unquote console war that's been dead forever, like are absolutely losing their shit over this. Like
mhm.
ponies are fucking foaming at the mouth right now because how no that he said legacy, that means that we're still getting we're still getting Elder Scrolls because they've been on PlayStation before. That's legacy. No, bro, legacy
No,
means if it's
no.
already out, dude. Like people are like,
Hey, you know what? It's cool.
I've I,
It'll
I've
probably be on PC.
I've tweeted
Get a
about this
PC.
and it got me blocked by someone before. I've seen grown ass men throwing straight up tantrums, like fuming, like little kid beating their fist tantrums over video games this week again. So like y'all need to chill, man.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Like it's 2021. You have to accept the fact that if they're gonna have exclusive games, also, all right. Let me put this. Let me say. Let me just say
Either
this.
way,
Let me just say this.
yeah.
Let me just
Go
say
ahead,
this.
drop it on them.
The people that are fucking complaining about this kind of shit are grown ass people. If you are a fucking grown ass person and you're complaining about this, why not just fucking buy the other console as well and then not complain about it?
Like no, Eric, because it's not their preferred piece of plastic. And the thing is, like,
It's
they
just
flip flop
stupid.
so much. Like exclusives are amazing when you're using them to talk shit on Xbox people because they don't have exclusives. But now that they went out and got exclusives, now all of a sudden exclusives are anti-consumer and how dare they take games away from you? And like I thought exclusives were good. You know what I mean? I thought like
Yeah, no, yeah, it's dumb. I think
it's
it's
the
dumb.
worst. And the thing, and it's the same thing. Like they're upset that games are being kept from them, but at the same time, they make fun of them. They make fun of Xbox for putting their games everywhere, like on PC and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's no consistency in any of it. It's all just a bunch of, like I said, it's the most pointless, dead,
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the
horse
thing.
beating arguments ever with this console war.
It all goes back to what I just said. Like, sometimes it's just the way it is. If you want to play Halo, you buy an Xbox or a PC nowadays. If you want to play Horizon, just get a PS4 or PS5. I mean, you know, or it might actually even come out on PS4. You know,
Yeah, I
like,
think that one's confirmed to be coming to PS4.
like yeah, exactly. Like, I don't get it. I'm okay with them doing this whole thing, like,
Same.
just because personally,
I think it's good for competition for once in the industry again. You know,
we've been saying this whole time, like, Xbox needs games. Like, this might actually give them games. This might actually make people want to buy their system, because honestly, like, I feel like they don't have the games for it, you know, like, they haven't had the games, the exclusive games that they should have, or that they did have in the past, you know.
mm-hmm.
So I think now that they're doing this, it's like, okay, like, if you want to play Elder Scrolls, if you want to play these other games, all right, you're gonna have to get an Xbox or a PC, since they're Game Pass focused now. But even then, like, some of the games that are on Game Pass PC aren't on, like, like the Game Pass for console aren't on the like Game Pass PC. So there's also that to think about.
Yeah,
So,
it's like it's random which ones go to which sometimes. So.
yeah, exactly. It really depends on them. I think that's the one thing I have a gripe about, because I think that if you're going to be paying a certain amount of money for this service,
especially when their thing before was the whole Xbox Play Anywhere thing, where if you got it one place, you could play it anywhere.
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly.
I agree with that, but
yeah,
I think overall it was a good move, and I think it's going to be positive for Xbox, who really needed some games and some exclusives coming out. So I think it's going to be good for the industry as a whole to have, you know, all three companies producing quality games and quality exclusives. It's going to like up the quality of everyone as a whole, you know. So
yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think it's good, but that's pretty much going to do it for us here on the podcast this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for listening. If you made it all the way to the end, you are Michelangelo, the only turtle that we were not fighting over, so you can have him. There you go. If you want to yell at me on Twitter about shoving you with Mikey, you can find me at Knife Life Osc, Knife Life OSC. You can find us on Twitter at the PodBoyz Advance Twitter at PodBoyz Advance. You can find Erky on the internet at.
You can find me everywhere at Erky Plays.
Awesome.
Nobody likes orange. I'm sorry.
If you wanna listen to us on audio, if you prefer audio, we're on Spotify. Anchor puts us everywhere else, like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, the majority of other podcast distribution websites. So wherever you prefer to listen, just find us at PodBoyz Advance. If you like hearing me rant and blather on, I do a second podcast called 8 Hour Chat with my coworker Shan. This week we talk about a bunch of crazy stuff, including let me check my notes. Foreskin jewelry.
Beautiful.
So yeah, check it out at 8 Hour Chat.
I've been thinking about, you know, getting some jewels in my jewels.
There you go, dude. Bling up those jewels.
Yeah.
But anyway, until next time, my name is Oscar.
And I'm Eric.
And we've been the PodBoyz Advance. We will see you guys next week. Later. And don't eat the apple pie, guys.
Or pierce your scrotum. Don't do that either.
Yeah, especially not in that little ladder pattern people do. No.
No.